literally one of my favorite restaurants, Lily's Dayton. It's such a great spot. So we're out here tonight to do a quick interview about Out on Fifth. So thank you for coming out. So why don't we first get started? Why don't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Emily Mendenhall, and I'm a co-owner of Lily's in the Oregon District. As Mary and I were just discussing, formerly Lily's Bistro and now Lily's or Lily's Dayton, kind of a little bit of a COVID pivot where we kind of basically now the concept is picture a tiki bar in New Orleans, and there's a lot of tropical vacation-y drinks and then a menu to match it, including veggie-friendly options and just stuff that can kind of transport you to a different space. And this May will be our 8-year anniversary. It's weird because last year we didn't celebrate anything, obviously. So this will be 8 years. And I own the business along with my family, who also owns Blind Bob's, which Blind Bob is my dad. His name is Bob. Bob.
Good name.
Shout out to Bob's. And he's blind. And that's kind of my dad and my brother. That's really more their style. And then Lily's is kind of a little bit more me and my mom.
Nice.
And I moved back here in 2013, primarily to be closer to my family after being away for a while. Also kind of like we were talking about, having that travel bug of wanting to be some other spots. And I think a lot like you guys that I make a point to travel and see things and get inspired and try to bring some of those pieces back to Dayton. Actually, this week we literally made new vases for our tables because we can put vases on the tables again.
Nice.
And they were inspired by this setup I saw at a gelato shop in Berlin in 2019. And I've been thinking about it for 2 years, and it finally came together.
Just sitting on it.
Yeah. So even just little small things or big things like connect esports when you travel and see things other places and say, we can do that in Dayton.
Oh, yeah. So. No, I love Lily's. You nailed it with the feel, the vibe there. I love and the menu too, like with the exotic drinks. We had an awesome one a couple days ago. I forget what it was called. Do you remember, Mary?
What color was it?
It was clearish, but it was yellowy.
Maybe the lime and the coconut.
Ooh, that was
I bet it's that.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, that actually came out. That was something I just had a special on coconut rum, and ran it as a special. And then my mother came in and loved it, and I've made her some really insane, complicated drinks over the 8 years. And she's like, "This is about the best drink I've ever had." And I was like, "Well, cool. There's 4 ingredients."
That's awesome.
And I think that's one of the ones too. When we redesigned with COVID in mind and just kind of tweaking the concept, that's something that we could also bring the price point down on it. So I think that's like a $7 cocktail, where before our menu was more hitting those $10 prices. So
very good. Cool. But yeah, no, so I'm Bob from Connect Esports. My wife Mary and I started this late last year. Through COVID, we've been kind of ramping up and getting some good traction here. So if you know anyone that likes video games, Connect Esports is the place. We've got 40 games on our top-of-the-notch computers. We've got 20 computers, 8 Xboxes, a Nintendo Switch with 4 controllers, so everyone can jam, Mario Party, Super Smash, all those fun things. But
it's super cool. I just got the tour, and I'm like really excited and just going through my head of like, which of my friends will be really excited about this? And like once people can start having little get-togethers and parties, I mean, even now, groups of less than 10, you have some really good spaces for that.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, and it has that LAN party vibe from back in the day when playing video games in the basement with your buddies or whatever. Like we can play together and connect together and find new video games. So it's pretty cool. But as she mentioned, when we were traveling, we had seen similar places around the world, and we thought, man, it'd be so cool for Dayton to have something unique like this. So that's where the idea came from, and now here we are.
And you all are very new. You said you'd opened in November, and then kind of took a little pause with everything going on, and now we're ramping up. So I can't say enough good things, and can't wait to share this to the Lily's network and be like, come check out our neighbors just down the street. And we're going to talk about Dora and Out on Fifth. Literally, for Out on Fifth, you could start at one side of the district and work your way down. You can start by playing some games and with brunch or dinner, or vice versa, and make kind of a day of it, which is so much of what Out on Fifth is about. But I know you're going to ask me about that. So
so the next question, what is Out on Fifth?
So Out on Fifth is this was a big response last year to COVID. We were seeing, so same thing that we've been talking about today, about seeing things other places and saying we can do that in Dayton. So we were seeing Columbus and Cincinnati and other cities kind of close down streets to be able to have expanded patios, more outdoor space, allowing social distancing, and creating these pedestrian areas to give people a chance to be outside, to be doing things, but to still be, the best thing through COVID has been outdoor spaces rather than, that's been a big part where and then having more space in the street. So a big piece of it was expanding a lot of the dining options. So if you come to Out on 5th, it runs Friday night starting at 5 o'clock to Sunday night around 10 o'clock. A lot of the restaurants have expanded patios outside, so more outdoor seating. But then also a lot of our brick and mortar retailers are setting up kind of tables out front, and some businesses will be bringing in some guest pop-up vendors, whether that might be someone selling artwork or it might be someone selling, I was just saying for Lily's, I'd love to have someone like selling hot sauce out front, cottage goods, things like that. So you can be shopping, dining, and then we were talking about beverages. There's also the component that the Oregon district, where both of our businesses, where we're located, we're part of Dayton's only current DORA, which is the designated outdoor refreshment area. So that means it's a zone where you can buy drinks to go. I used to live in New Orleans, so go drinks are like a way of life there. It was my favorite. I would wake up on my day off and be like, I just want to watch Law and Order, and I can walk across the street and get 2 Bloody Marys and come home and watch Law and Order. But now Dora allows you to get drinks and take them with you and walk through Out on 5th. DORA is just one component of Out on 5th, I should clarify. The Oregon district is a DORA area every day from noon to midnight, whereas Out on 5th is just on the weekends. But it's a nice component. A lot of the retailers, everyone will have a sign that says you can either bring a drink in or not. So some of the retailers, their goods are a little pricier. If they're cloth-based and things, they might not want the drinks inside.
Exactly.
But some of them, you can even bring a drink in and be sipping while you're shopping. So just kind of that vibe that we were seeing other places, and we thought, how can we do that in Dayton? And found really great partners in the city of Dayton, as well as a group called the Downtown Dayton Partnership.
Good partnership for sure. Good people. And Dora is, Connect Esports is Dora as well. So
so you could come and bring a drink in. So you could purchase a beverage from any of the permit holders who sell Dora drinks on 5th Street. And then right here, we're over on Wayne. It's just right around the corner. You can still, it's part of the Dora zone, and it's all continuous, so you can come right on over this way.
Oh yeah, excellent. So Mary and I were actually out last weekend at Out on 5th, and it was wonderful. And we got to do the Dora. We were out on the street, and the space there gave us the comfort to really connect and be outside again and do something. It was really nice. And the weather's coming up too. It's gonna be a little cold this weekend, but
getting a little chilly Friday, but keep warming up through the weekend. And even still, some days maybe it's not for patio dining, but still just having that space to be spread out, and just a pedestrian mall. These streets being closed to vehicular traffic just has a very, just a different vibe to it. It's very relaxing. Dana from over at Roost, which is an amazing restaurant, like modern Italian, she was saying it reminded her of being in Europe then, of being able to set up this beautiful cafe and have this area
on the
that
brick
is all
road.
just walking on the brick cobblestones. Like, it's very charming.
Oh yeah. So we touched a little bit about this, but why is Dayton doing this?
The biggest piece was the city really was interested when we were looking at the expanded patios, not just having them on sidewalks, but being able to have even more expanded patios into the streets. I actually was just driving through Philadelphia not that long ago, and it's funny because their streets are so narrow, and they have all these expanded patios built out of just pallets, right? But then there's no room for the cars. So this way, by doing a pedestrian mall, the idea was that we'd have more room for social distancing and just more space to spread out the patios. And with COVID, a lot of the small businesses were and still are really struggling. So only having very reduced seating, or only being allowed, if you're a retailer and you can only have 3-5 people in your shop, being able to create that pedestrian space and to set a table outside, whether that's a table for dining or a table to display your goods, is a way then that people could support small businesses. So the city has been really amazing in helping to organize this and provide a lot of the infrastructure, such as the meridians that go up for the street closure to block vehicles and things like that. So it really was a COVID response.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Essentially taking your walls of your business and extending them to the street.
Yep, exactly.
Allowing more people to participate everywhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we talked, restaurants, there's bars, there's Connect Esports. What other entertainment is there?
So there's this year we're doing some programming, some light entertainment. We are an arts and entertainment district. So we also we're the Oregon district, and there's the business side and there's the residential side. So we want to make sure our businesses are good, kind neighbors to our residents too. So we've worked hard to program kind of some light entertainment, maybe like acoustic guitar or a piano.
Yeah.
So you'll see some musicians. We're accepting applications from folks who want to come out, and we organize it all, and that way we can get all the info out about COVID protocol and safety. So you can actually pop over to the OregonDistrict.org is the website, and there's a forum if anyone's interested in being an entertainer or has interest in doing a pop-up as well. And so some of that light entertainment, but also programming it where Out on 5th is kind of more that 5 to 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And giving people things to do, especially in the daytimes on Saturdays and Sundays. And you're going to see, we did some of them last year, but we'd have some yoga workshop, some exercise classes, some Zumba. I know there's a really awesome business in the Oregon district called I Made This, where the business, they'll do like candle making or terrariums and things. So you can kind of look for things like that this year too, where you can be outside with some friends, eating, shopping, sipping on beverages, doing cool stuff.
With entertainment too.
Yeah.
And if anyone out there during COVID was looking for, took up juggling, let's say, now you got an outlet you can apply. You can be the juggler. And
there's small fees, but folks of course are welcome to put tip jars out and everything. And absolutely, we would love to see some jugglers, balloon animals, whatever. Last year we had the lightsaber show.
Oh, wow.
That was really cool.
That's cool. That's
We've got to
awesome.
find those guys and get them to come back.
Man, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Cool. Let's say I'm excited. I am. And I'm watching this. Where do I park? How do I get down here?
So there is actually parking on both the east and west side of the Oregon district. There's some big lots right by Dublin Pub, which is kind of the gateway, not far from where we're at right now. Kind of the gateway from the east side of 5th crossing Wayne. There's some free parking there. There's paid parking that's very reasonable. I think most of the lots are $3, and that's pretty much for like the whole day.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also parking lots. So where we're at right now on Wayne, and this street curves, this is the other side of Jackson over here. There's a couple lots by the big church over here. There's lots behind all the businesses on the north side of the street. So you can follow around that. And there's the transportation garage over by the Neon Movies and the bridge. That's kind of the gateway from the west side of the Oregon district. That transportation garage is like $1 after 6 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still pretty reasonable in the daytime too. My business is on that side of the district. I've walked it before. It's something like 450 steps from my front door to the transportation garage that always has tons of parking spots.
Sounds like you've definitely walked it before.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like you said.
We've done some maps too that are up on the website on the OregonDistrict.org, and our social media is the Oregon District on Instagram and Facebook too.
Nice.
And we've got all those posts that show how traffic flows when 5th Street's closed to make it the pedestrian area, and that show you and really highlight all your parking options, because it is plentiful in Dayton.
Perfect. That's good. That's awesome. So what about COVID procedures? How do we make sure everything's okay?
So we have any of the vendors, entertainers, that we're asking everyone fill out these forms where we've outlined procedures. And then from folks coming out, we just ask you to be kind, be considerate, follow the best practices. There's reminders on signs outside about not congregating in large groups and wearing a mask when you're moving around between areas, and then just following all the mandates in each individual business as well. So be kind, be courteous, just we want to have fun with it, but it is also a stipulation from the police and the public health department that we need to make sure that we're still following, the COVID guidelines.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep. And if, to help ease the transition into summer and really help ride this out, right? I think hopefully things look like they're going pretty well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think too, there's that, that kind of outdoor spacing. Sometimes it might get like a little more crowded towards the center of the street, but don't forget that not just the things in the middle, there's stuff all down Fifth Street
Exactly.
from Wayne all the way to Patterson, and then like where we're at Connect Esports over on Wayne, where we loop around across the street from you all. You have like one of the best coffee shops ever called Press.
Oh, yeah.
You have Luna, which is one of my personal favorite places as a plant. It's a plant lady store. Plus they just have cool stuff too. Sage sticks and jewelry and nice little gifts. Who else is over? You've got the Troll Pub right next door. So you're just seeing, the Entrepreneurs is going to be opening next
That's
door.
Our neighbor.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So you have even more stuff on Wayne on this side and heading south on Wayne, where you have Reza's Roast, Wheat Penny, Van Buren Room is one of my favorite spots for
Excellent.
good cocktails.
Yeah.
So there's even more. The businesses on Brown Street, that kind of Thai Nine, Spice Paradise.
Yes.
Don't want to forget them either.
Yeah, definitely.
Wiley's Comedy Club, you can catch a comedy show. So yeah.
It is really great to see how much this area has grown and how much there is to do down here now.
Yeah,
It's
it just
amazing.
keeps expanding. I live in South Park, so that's kind of just the other side of the interstate. But it's really distance-wise not far from here. But it's been neat seeing, Branch and Bone came in. There's gonna be another new coffee shop. There's Holy Grounds,
Get your
Ghost Light,
pizzerias over there too.
South Park Tavern, and like, am I spacing on the other
Pizza Factory?
Pizza Factory.
Of course.
Duh. Bill is awesome. He actually helped me when COVID first started, and I realized when we were running in-house delivery and we could deliver alcohol, that's the person I called, the owner, because Pizza Factory can deliver alcohol and has done it for a long time. And I love that about our community in downtown Dayton, that we can really connect with each other and ask for help on things. So.
And we all want to work together to make a better space for everybody, you at home and everybody to participate in.
Yep.
So Emily, how did you get involved with this event, with Out on Fifth?
I'm the vice president of the Oregon District Business Association, which is kind of it's a group that we usually, Haunt Fest is our biggest fundraiser, which was canceled in 2020, but we have hopes to have some kind of Haunt Fest in 2021. And what it is then is the Oregon District Business Association then advocates for and provides support for all of our businesses. So things like when you come down to the Oregon District and it's winter time, you might realize that all this sidewalks are shoveled. We maintain the sidewalks to help keep that walkability, plants throughout the district, beautification, marketing, things like that. So the Oregon District Business Association has a board of trustees that advocates, and then we just have a member group as well, which is how I've got to know Mary, really, who has stepped up and been super active in our marketing committee, which is a really important part of what we're doing, because you got to get the word out and let folks know what we're doing. So thank you today for helping us do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we are here at Connect Esports at our recording studio. We primarily have this for live events for video games, but we just have a nice recording studio here for events like this too, for interviews and to get the word out and talk about Dayton.
Yeah, it's great. It's such an awesome space. I can't say it enough. If you haven't been in here, you got to come and check it out. I'm eyeing the hoodies right now. As you can tell, I'm an everyday hoodie kind of person.
They're very cozy.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's really it. Just hoping folks come out and be kind to the folks working places. I mean, we've created this to create this fun space to be able to really relax and be outside. Oh, and one of the things I've said the whole time with this is that I feel that this spring is going to be the biggest collective case of spring fever. So we really wanted to put something together that gives people a chance to be outside, to be supporting small businesses, but also has an element of some control, given that we're still in this pandemic.
Exactly. Gives a place gives the space for an event like this to happen where people can participate, and it's not limited to how many people we can fit inside of each building, a place where everyone can kind of spring together and enjoy the city of Dayton.
Yep, exactly.
Very good. Cool. Well, Emily, it's been a pleasure to have you here. I am so excited to see you out on 5th and continue to eat at Lily's. Holy cow, it's delicious.
Thank you.
So it's been great. I think we're good on questions. So with that, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much. Take it easy.